I'm grateful that you could join me for another episode right here on my YouTube channel. My name is Kweku Ediama Ansa. If you're new here, well, you know what we do. Just click on the subscribe button. Also, share with people you think might be of interest to them and let them know what's going on. Today, I'm continuing with the F1 visa. Now, I'm sure if you watched my previous video, we talked about the processes and how you can actually go about the whole process. But I think it's just right that we make it a little bit practical. So today I'm going to have a conversation with one gentleman who on his social media platform has been talking about his process in getting admission into a school in the US, how the visa interview went, and every single thing you need to know. So today I'll be having that interaction with him, and it's going to be very friendly. So you're welcome on board. Now that you're done with subscribing, let's get into it right now. And I have on standby a friend and one gentleman who is vocal on social media. He's been talking about how to get admission into a school in the US and also the processes you need to go through. Sam Charles, thanks for joining me on my platform. I hope you're doing well. And let's go straight into it. Now, would you say, in your own terms, that it's difficult to get admission into schools in the US?
You can get admitted to any school in the US provided you can pay the fees. The reason why it gets difficult is because you need scholarship, and most of the schools are businesses. In fact, every school is a business. They need you to pay for the fees, so you won't come here and pay the fees. But then if you are coming here and asking them to pay for your fees for you, it makes it a bit difficult. So getting admission in the US is probably the easiest part of the journey, but then getting the visa is where things get a bit complicated.
How do you whittle down and go straight to getting schools that are admission friendly? How do you even identify such schools? Because there are a number of schools on internet. I mean, where you want to search for schools, there are a number of them. But how do you target the right schools that you get admissions easily?
The process is to apply on the portal. That is the easiest site. And when I say the portal, meaning when you say a school like University of North Carolina or North Carolina, just Google University of North Carolina, go to their website, and every single school has the apply button on their right side or bottom somewhere all the time. Apply now, apply now, apply now, apply now. Almost all the schools that are in the US have the apply now button there. You click on it and just start entering your information, and then if they have an application fee, you pay. If they don't, then you should be good to go. So that is the process in applying to a school in the US. Finding admission friendly schools should be very easy. Admission friendly schools are schools that give you admission easily. What you should rather focus on is getting a school with, first of all, a cheaper fees and also match scholarship, so you'll be able to convince the visa officer that you can pay the fees. So if you want to find admission friendly schools, you can Google schools with easiest acceptance in the US. They would give you a lot of schools, but the most important thing is, would they give you scholarships or would they give you funding for you to be able to study here? That is the question you should be asking.
So, some Charles, I want us to talk about the issue of scholarship. You know why? Because that has been the biggest fear of a number of people who get admission into schools. At times, you get admission into a school and you're supposed to pay over $15,000, very huge sums of money. And the problem is, how do you get scholarships? How did you do yours? And what way would you recommend for people?
There are two types of scholarships. Now we have the merit scholarship. Merit scholarships are based on your academics. Academics are based on your GPA. So let's say you had a GPA of 3.5 or you had an SAT score of 1,300. They would be like, oh, your academics are good. You'll be a good match for our school. Let's give him or her this amount of scholarship. So that is the merit scholarship. And then we have the sports scholarship. Sports scholarship is when you play some form of sport or any sporting activity. So you would want to come and participate in the school that you want to attend. So they will give you a scholarship to come and participate in the sport. We also have need-based scholarship, meaning you can't pay the fees, so the government or the school would consider paying for you, but then it's for those top universities, Harvard and all those top universities.
Now, there's this issue of the service fee, SEVIS. What's it about? And once you're done with that, paying the service fee, what next?
The service fee is also a fee you pay to the US government called USCIS. That is what they use to track your movement in the US, to track whether you attended the school or not. And it's $350, but then when you're going to pay for it at the US or the Western Union, you pay $360 because of taxes and stuff. And the way to provide or the way to pay the service fee is to Google service fee. It's the first link you see service fee, and then you create a coupon. It's basically an easy instruction. Just follow the guidelines. You just go there, create the coupon, and then send the coupon to someone in the US. You can't pay from Ghana or Nigeria because our Western Union is not for sending. So you give the coupon to someone in the US to go to any Western Union in America, and then they go with your coupon and then make the payment, and then it will reflect in your email. You get an email that your service fee has been paid. So that is how to get a service fee. After admission, you have to confirm the offer. You go through the admission. If you see that the scholarship was good, you like the offer, everything is fine, you send an email confirming the offer, or you can go through their portal and just accept the offer. Once you accept the offer, the school will ask you to provide a bank statement to show you can pay the fees. So once you provide the bank statement, you'll be asked to fill a form called the affidavit of sponsorship, meaning the person sponsoring you is going to fill that forms, and then you add your passport to it, and then the school will generate an I-20 for you. An I-20 is a summary of your academic pursuit here in the US, including your scholarships and everything. So they'll send you the I-20, and then you can start applying for your visa.
Let's assume you've gone through all the processes. You have admission, you have all the documents and all of that. But what would be the preferred checklist for you if you are going for your interview on that very day? What do you need to have with you when you go there? Because you've been there before. Tell us what will be your checklist. What are some of the documents you should go with, and those that you should not miss?
The documents that you would need for your interview, I have it here. Documents checklist for the visa interview. I typed this to someone some few minutes ago, and they are here. So the first thing, you need your passport, of course. You need your I-20, very important. You need a DS-160 form, very, very important. You need a bank statement or proof of funds. You also need a certificate of, let's say, showing that you work here, or a proof of work home, okay, something like that. You need a service fee receipt. When you pay the service fee and they send the receipt, you need that receipt. And you need the appointment confirmation from the embassy when you applied for your visa appointment, the letter they sent you. So these are the core documents, or the basic documents that you need to attend your interview.
You've entered now. Tell me what the process is like. What were some of the questions that were posed to you, and how did you even answer them? If you can share with us.
Some of the questions are, why are you going to the US? So don't say anything generic like the US is the best in this, the US is the best in that. Go straight to the point. I am going to the United States to pursue my degree in computer science at University of so and so in New York. Studying the US will expose me to a diverse range of political ideologies, perspectives, and experiences. You say the reason why you want to study in the US. Another important question they normally ask is, why or who is funding this your studies? And then the first thing you want to do is to mention the scholarship that you were given. Always let the scholarship come first. So you can say something like, aside being awarded a scholarship of $10,000 or $20,000 annually, which would cover 10% of my fees, my biological father, who is in the person of so and so, and also the CEO of this company, and makes an amount of this and that every year, will be covering the rest of my fees. So that is how to answer that question. Another question is, why this school? Do not go and say that this school is the best in this is the best in that. No, don't give a generic reason, give a very personal reason. So you can say something like, I chose so and so college out of the 3 schools I applied because their political science program offers a social work practicum, independent study, and advocacy project, and also hands-on research. Go deep into the course you're about to study here. And also, I have an excellent opportunity to be part of their program. Maybe you can mention a program in the school, maybe harness program or something very unique to you, and then you can add it to your application. So yeah, that is how to answer some of the basic questions you'll be asked.
Thank you so much, Sam Charles, for your audience there. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And Sam Charles, I just spoke to, he is in the US, he's schooling, and he's taught us how to go about the processes. But I'm sure you want to know more about that. So this is just going to be the first part of this episode. I'm going to have a second part of the interview with Sam Charles, and he's going to help us with what happened when he traveled to the US, when he got to immigration, what were the questions that he had to answer even to get into his school, and his life in the US. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel today. Remember that I have more episodes coming your way, but please, please, please subscribe and let us enjoy good content here. Thank you.